Hi, it's Matt here from Go Green Autos. So in this video we're just going to have a quick look at this car. It's a Tesla Model S, a 2014, and this is a P85. So I apologise for the background noise, we're a bit near the road here and it's coming up to rush hour traffic, so the road noise has picked up a bit. But anyway, here's the badge on the back. P means it's performance. You get the red P on these performance models. 85 means it's got the 85 kilowatt hour battery. And this doesn't have a D because it's an older single motor performance model. So many of you will know, if you're regular viewers of the channel, I've got a very similar car. Mine is a standard 85 kilowatt hour Model S, the same year. This one is in a really unusual colour, a very nice sort of gunmetal grey metallic. Very rare colour in these because like mine's the metallic green. These colours were only available on these older models. In America these cars came out in 2012, we didn't get them in 2014, and these colours consequently were only here for a year or so, so there aren't many of these in this colour. So this car isn't for sale, I'm actually delivering it in the morning to the new owner, and it's a vehicle we did a pre-purchase inspection of and then actually collected it, stored it, and now delivering it to the new owner in the morning. So I thought I'd just make this video while it's here because it's such a nice example of an older Tesla, and just show you around it because it might help someone in the future if they're looking to purchase one of these. So these Teslas are becoming quite desirable. The values are shooting up on these. These are often referred to as the classic Tesla because they've got the black nose cone at the front there. They also have free supercharging, and with the prices of electricity going up, that's getting more attractive. These are also now, just this year, will be coming out of warranty, but people I think are less worried about these now, so the prices are shooting up on these. This particular car is very similar to my own in that it has had the battery pack replaced under the 8-year powertrain warranty, and also that rear motor as well, which makes it an excellent purchase second-hand, particularly as this is now coming out of warranty this year. So this car, like my own and most other Model S's by now, has had the CCS upgrade. So if you don't know, the Tesla Model S and Model X has a proprietary charging port, and it looks a bit like a Type 2. It's got the same shape, but it does the DC rapid charging through this port. You can see there's a little cutout there in the top of the middle pin. So these only work on Tesla superchargers. But if you want to charge on AC, then yes, a standard Type 2 tethered cable does plug in as well. But Tesla offer now this CCS upgrade, and it's more than just the adapter. The adapter plugs in like that, and then it allows you to plug in the CCS plug on a rapid charger. But it's more than just this adapter. It is also an ECU mounted underneath the seat on the charging system to allow for that CCS communication. These are sort of an essential thing now for the older Teslas to have fitted, because it allows you to charge the car on a version 3 supercharger where they only provide the CCS cables, because that's what the Model 3 and Model Y has, and also allows you to charge on other networks on CCS, of course. So this car's had that fitted, which is great. Also, this car has had the MCU2 upgrade, and what that is the screen and the computer behind it can be upgraded. So originally these cars were fitted with what's termed as an MCU1, but these older cars, that is getting a little bit slow, and you can do this upgrade where Tesla will replace the screen and that computer to the later version, and it makes the screen much more snappy, everything's a lot faster, it makes the navigation work better, and the way you can tell you've got MCU2 is whether you've got theatre mode, and you can stream Netflix, YouTube and Disney Plus now. So that can be fitted to any older Tesla with the portrait screen, and it's one of those upgrades. It's quite expensive, it's from memory something like £1,700, but it is well worth it because it refreshes the car and makes it work just like the newer ones. And I've had it done in my car, and in my case the navigation was getting very unreliable. It basically stopped working, and the screen had actually gone a little bit yellow. I hadn't realised it had, but when I saw the new screen, wow, what a difference. And it's one of those things which is well worth doing. So again, if you're looking for a second-hand one of those, if it's had that MCU2 upgrade, that's one huge tick. So let's just have a quick look around this car, because as I said, this is a performance model, and we can see the mileage here, 75,141 miles, which is a very low mileage for one of these. So we've got the original full open center console here, cup holders here, all Model S's are exactly the same, but as you can see, this has got this really nice carbon fibre trim on the dash and cup holders and things, and actually for a car of this age it looks really nice, really modern, probably the best trim option you can get. And you can see there the seats, they're leather seats with red piping because it's the performance model, with suede inserts as well. So yeah, very, very nice. This car has also got the adjustable air suspension. So this car is also fitted with the premium sound system, and mine isn't, so I can notice a difference straight away with that. It's also got the winter package, and that gives you seat heaters in the back, which on cars where you don't have that, I have a completely different graphic on the screen here. Let me just turn that off. And it also gives you wires in the windscreen to defrost the window wipers there. And you can see those wires probably there at the bottom of the screen, running across there, down and along where your wiper blades park. And like most Model S's of this vintage, it's got the full-size panoramic glass roof and the sunroof option, so that does open at the front. That's something that Tesla did drop, and later models do not have the option for a sunroof. They can get a bit troublesome as the vehicles age, but while it's working, they're a great thing to have. And it's only the cars with the sunroof have the options to put roof bars on the car as well. You've got these little mounting points here. And being a performance model, we've got 21-inch wheels, absolutely huge wheels on this, very low profile, nice metallic grey alloys. All performance models have red painted calipers. Ignore the fact that discs look a bit rusty on here, it's only because this vehicle has been washed today. Actually, it's been washed 3 times in total, because we kept getting interrupted, so throughout the day they've gone a bit rusty, but they will soon clear up as soon as it starts being driven. And because this is a rear-wheel drive car, single motor, you have got an absolutely huge frunk at the front, including storage right at the back there. Obviously the vehicles with dual motors have an extra motor at the back here, so this is blocked off here. But these have got the largest frunk of any Tesla. And then in the back here, obviously being a Model S, it's got an absolutely huge boot. You've got storage down below as well, huge amount of space down there. But being a one, I assume, with premium sound, this is blocked off, so I guess this is the subwoofer for the sound system, because on my car that isn't there, and you've got the same open space with access to the sort of underfloor storage, just like that side. And then here we've got the charge cables for this car. So this has got the Tesla granny cable, obviously your Tesla Type 2 there, to a 3-pin plug. And then we've got our Type 2 to Type 2 charging cable here. This is for AC charging only, when you want to plug to a socketed AC charger. Type 2 end there that plugs into the charger, standard Type 2 this end which plugs into the car. Nice thick cable this one, because this is a 3-phase cable, and these cars can charge at 11 kilowatt if you happen to find a 3-phase Type 2 AC charger. And then while we're at the boot here, obviously being a performance model, you have the carbon fibre spoiler there on the back lid. So being a performance model there, what does the performance model give you over my Tesla over there, the standard 85 at this age? Well, I've got some figures here. And the standard 85 rear wheel drive does 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. I think, however, they're a bit quicker now because of later software upgrades, you know, over the air upgrades. So I have a feeling the standard cars are under, just a shade under 5 seconds now. But anyway, someone might be able to comment and correct me on that. But anyway, from the factory back in 2014, the P85 did 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds, and you've got to remember this was still a single motor car, so quite impressive. Range, officially the range was 265 miles. Actually, while we're on the subject of range, because on the Teslas I always just keep the battery meter here as a percentage, just a state of charge. I find that much better rather than looking at predicted range. I'm really not interested in range anymore, but then I've been driving EVs for years, and for many years was driving Zoes with 22 kilowatt hour batteries. So when you move up from those sort of cars and done years of driving those, you really don't worry about range. When you get something with an 85 kilowatt hour battery, you know, who cares what the range is. But anyway, let's go to display, and you can toggle. I haven't done this for a very long time. Yes, you can toggle it to distance. So I'll just put it back to percentage. We've got a battery charged to 75%, and then I put this on distance, and the range is 177 miles at 75% charge. So you can work that out what it would be at 100% charged, and we can put it on rated, and it jumps up to 221 miles at 75% state of charge. So typical, I find that is on average pretty typical, and in my car you get round about the 220 miles range. But these cars generally, they're cars to be driven and enjoyed, so most of the time I drive, and probably most Model S drivers are driving them pretty inefficient, because you don't really need to worry about range unless you're doing a long trip. And it's so easy to stick your foot down and get a bit of performance out of these, particularly on a performance model. Then obviously your range is going to drop accordingly. But 177 miles at 75% is probably pretty accurate for normal driving. And then finally, on the performance figures, the standard 85 rear wheel drive has 362 horsepower, whereas the performance model has 416 horsepower. So quite a big jump up in horsepower for, again, what is still a single motor car. And on the standard Model S, the torque is 440 Newton meters, whereas on the performance it jumps up to 600 Newton meters. And you really do notice a difference. These are lively and they've got an awful lot of grunt. 0 to 60, you don't really notice the difference, but these, it feels powerful. It pulls you back in the seat. But in reality, for normal driving, there isn't an awful lot of difference between them. I actually prefer the rear-wheel drive cars over the dual motor cars. I think they've got more grunt. The dual motor ones have certainly got more instant torque off the line, but the rear-wheel drive seems to keep pulling for longer at higher speeds. But with all, as always with Teslas, the 0 to 60 time is a bit irrelevant. They're all so flipping fast. And in real life, you don't do that. You know, it's great to show off to your friends when they jump in a Tesla for the first time, but for normal day-to-day driving, they are all far more powerful than you would ever need. And the reality is the difference between a standard one and a performance one in real-world driving, really, there's not much in it. So that's it. Really the point of this video was just to record this car while it's here, because it is such a nice example of an older Tesla. Just to recap, this one is now 8 years old, 75,000 miles, but quite a rare example, being a single motor performance model in this really nice grey colour. They don't make this colour anymore, and there's very few in the UK of this colour. And of course this one has got the black interior with the red piping, and it hasn't aged whatsoever, particularly with this carbon fibre dash. It still looks really good, and in fact if this car was on sale new now, it doesn't look dated whatsoever. Considering this was Tesla's first mass-produced car, they didn't half make a good job of the styling. This still looks good now. And actually the new car, the new Model S, which we don't have yet in the UK, looks exactly the same. Obviously the newer ones have a different front end, but they haven't changed anything else. And we're, what, 12 years on now, so yeah, they made a blooming good job of the styling on these. So hopefully the new owner will be very happy with his car tomorrow when he finally gets to see it in the flesh. I'm sure he will be. It's a really nice example. It's an absolute stunner, to be honest. Anyway, I thought this might help other people, particularly if you're in the market for older Model S and you happen to see a P85 that's just a rear wheel drive one and not a D, then showing this one might help you with your purchase. So that's it. As always, if you've liked the video, please do click that thumbs up on YouTube. That really does help other people find the channel. Do subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next one.